You said they can't. Said we can't let her talk about our wine. I'm trying to tell you. I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all be wondering why they be on my head. It's why. Cause I'ma say it. I mean, I'm gonna have to leave this body anyway. You said the volume went in and out. Didn't we just talk about all of that in the front of the class? At the top of that? Uh-huh. Daisha. We just talked about it in the beginning of that class. Y'all, my hands is right here. The iPad all the way. This iPad, these iPads are not close to me. Y'all see, I have to lean up and get out of my chair to go back and see. It might feel like I'm right here, but I'm not. I ain't touched nothing. I'm not on no microphone. We just had this conversation in the beginning of class. They already done ran us off Bible Gateway. Y'all, we've been using Bible Gateway when we used to have 10,000 people in the class in the beginning, or 30,000 people to go through the class, the whole class. We would be on Bible Gateway. We would be on Sacred Text, no problems. But after a while, they started running us off of the websites. They're doing it again. We go to talk. We've been using Bible Gateway for 3.5 years. No problems. As a class, as a whole. All of a sudden, we go to the Good News translation of the Bible, and everybody's apps start doing the same thing. One of three things. Kicking them out, going black, or not allowing you to get in or get back in. It's the same thing that used to happen over here. Because people are waking up. People want to know the truth. And the fact that we keep telling people to go watch certain videos and go look at this and go, no, baby, this is how I got over here. You said always when class is juicy, this part. Mm-hmm. If y'all ain't paid attention, they do it. They've been doing it. That's why we've had to go and bounce and go and bounce. Remember, we used to be on Instagram. We was on Instagram too. We done been everywhere. They like, she won't go away. She's like a roach. She will not go away. Every time we thought we've gotten rid of her, she pops up on another social media. I'm probably a roach to the government. Mm-hmm. Probably am. Some kind of bug. Mm-hmm. I mean, because you got to think, most people, they probably just have been and gave up by now. All the stuff they've been doing to keep us blocked and not, able to spread what it is that God has given us. Anyway, this class has been, we ain't made it through, not lamb bit of this toe bit, but about a little bit. Maybe this was supposed to be just a different class today. What y'all think? Hmm. Right. We didn't be here that, yeah, right. But let me find a live in the Epstein files, and it'll play all the way through, no issues. Uh-oh. Mm. Listen, this is the thing. I understand what's at work. I understand okay. Who watched, was it The Magicians? It was The Magicians where they went to the internet website place, right? And she was like, it's all magic. Remember? Was that Magicians? when they went into the office or whatever, and they was trying to figure out like what was going on, and they had all the computers in there, and they were the spammers. Y'all remember? Huh? Was it the Magicians? I feel like it was one of the shows where it was the Magicians. It had to have been the Magicians because it was the teacher, and she it froze again in American Gods too. Okay. It's frozen again? They did it in Loki too? Okay. Well, I know in Magicians, it was because she was the teacher that did ASL, or she was the business owner that did ASL. And she was asking him, like, he was asking, Quentin Coldwater was like, this is magic too? She was like, yeah, it's magic. She was like, the pop-ups and this and that and blase skit, wooty wop, it was all magic. Which goes right along with this being a scrying mirror. Right? Or no? Does it? It goes right along with this being a scrying mirror. As to why they can lure you into what we call rabbit holes, and you can be lost there for however long. All they got to do is pop up a little thing in the side, and your brain is reading everything on the screen, even though you're focused here, and you accidentally click on it, and you in a whole another place you shouldn't be. Because obsession now can be, you can take obsession anywhere you go. Hey, pumpkin. Hey. That part. You hear me? Think about it. Back in the day, if you had a type of magazine that you wasn't supposed to have, you had to try to keep that hidden. Now you can look at it on your phone while sitting at your desk, and nobody will even know the wiser because they got privacy screens. Whatever your fetish is, you can see it. It could be food, it could be whatever it is that people used to have to look at in the comfort of their own home. Now you can take it with you. You said I watched Lionheart, and let me tell you, the way they put them angel symbols in there and all the magic right in our face. Lionheart? What is that? What is Lionheart? Is that a series? Is Lionheart a series? Is that the black girl? That's the Marvel person? It's a movie. Ironheart. That's the black girl. That's the what's the name? The superhero. And how many people do you think probably think those symbols are just something they made up for the movie or the show? Hmm. Right. She knows she didn't put the hook out there. Somebody else said, and I said I was gonna watch it, and I end up watching something else. I'll probably watch it today. I think one of my nephews was telling me, it might have been Michael or Mari, I can't remember who. You said all the angel sigils is in there, huh? They look like the ones in Blade. Hmm. Do they? Did y'all see that? It looks like the cover of all of our ology book. Girl, I'm watching that today. Okay. I'm gonna watch it today. Now you see why it's important for us to have all these books, Queen? Now you know where they get it from. It's the show, the new Marvel. Look how they just be putting magic in people's face and they don't study enough to know that that's real magic. Ain't you happy we know? We know that the symbols that they put up there are not just... Yeah. Oh, it's a difference when you can see, ain't it? It's the difference when you can see. Because then you can't unsee and you see everywhere you go. No, when TV, commercials, you be like, wait, stop that. Rewind that back. You see what's on that shirt? You see that? Pay attention to that. Don't let that get past your eyeballs. Pay attention. Ironheart. Can't unsee it. I'm telling you. And it's everywhere. Is it not? Now do you see why God said his people are blind? He said they got eyes, but they don't see. They don't see. You know how many people was in here probably tripping yesterday or the other day when they learned that cars is named after fallen idols? I mean, fallen God, fallen angels and idol gods. They was like, what? Wait a minute, what? Right, Reverend, Bishop, Minister, Apostle. Yeah, no, it's okay. He said, I had a family friend passed away and I acquired a few books. One of them, The Metamorphosis of the Gods. Interesting. Listen. And it's some books we probably would have gave away a long time ago. Right? You would have thought somebody was trying to be funny giving it to you. Now you'd be like, what's that? Let me see. I don't know. Wait a minute. I might not. Oh, okay. No, I don't got that. Let me see that. Let me flip through here real quick. Because people never question where the directors of movies get their information. They base it off fact. But because you've been told that what's real is fake and what's fake is real, they can tell you the truth all day. You won't know. As you see, they have been doing, Queen. They'll tell you that angels and all this stuff is a made-up concept of people that couldn't fathom the heavens, and so they made up these gods. They done made up real good stories as to why it ain't real. All the while, it's real. I see folks is talking about them making the animal hybrids over there in Japan more too. But when we was talking about it 3 years ago, we was crazy and delusional. And now the very thing that I was teaching people, I said, it ain't no way that the doctors could be that detailed unless they've seen it before. This lady's crazy. Y'all shouldn't listen to her. And then Japan said, well, y'all probably should have, because she was really trying to get y'all prepared, because you about to see them in real life. All the sweet tooths and stuff. We say, yes, I say all the time, these movies, there they go with that crazy stuff uploaded to your video. See what video? Guardians of the Galaxy. I love it. I said, not everybody. I done seen a few videos. People are like, oh my God, did you see what Japan is doing? We did. We were trying to tell y'all what they was doing back then. Y'all didn't listen. Here, you must see the new Superman movie when it comes to straight up, plain sight, the portals and the monster. When is it gonna be on Disney or wherever? How many more weeks we got? Cause y'all know I can't go to the movies. I be trying, but now that it comes out on the what's the name, streaming services, I can only watch it. I pay the $10 or $15 like I'm gonna go to the movies. I'll buy it here at the house. I will do that. I'm paying the same money. How much is a ticket at the movie? $75. You said, what's my belief? What do you mean? I'm waiting to stream it. I've heard it's a kaiju battle. A kaiju battle? What is that? What is that, niece? Is this like an anime thing? You watched it on your Fire Stick? Okay. Mm. Can't just look at commercials, TV shows, movies, or for entertainment. Gotta see deeper. True facts. Because, yeah, they've been playing in our face the whole time. Ty Tribbett, new CD, we out. I saw. It's a couple of. Listen. So when I hear certain songs, I go and look at the year that the album came out. It's a couple people that got some. Listen. And they made it in 23, 24, 25. I said, oh, that's interesting. Very interesting that this is the title and the makeup of what's on here. I said, that's interesting. Very. I've seen a couple things. It's a couple people that got some songs. Not just the Bible's Over Birkin song. It's some other ones. Yes, but I'm trying to understand why that. I mean, what do you believe in Jesus Christ? You said Leviathan and Behemoth will be considered the Kaju. Am I saying that right? Kaju? Okay. Well, so if Leviathan and okay, then I'm gonna have to watch it. The Leviathan is in the Superman movie. You said anime is full of demons, and some of them ain't just demons. Some of them is. Do I think numerology and astrology are bad or a part of what? Oh, okay. A part of what? Sometimes y'all just be asking like random questions. A part. I don't be knowing where did Godzilla would be considered a kaiju, and so it's a monster. Okay, so then that all ties us into the the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of the Giants, when Enoch went to talk to the giants and the monsters. And it's also in the new Jurassic Park movie. That was the other movie I need to watch. So what they telling us, family? Oh, I know. I know, Kim. I know. What are they telling us? What are they telling us we about to see? Okay. Okay, good job. What are they telling us we about to see, family? All you gotta do is think about leave the world behind. If you want to go back 2 years, okay. Did God tell us that all these beasts that was in the deep and all of that about to start coming up, and what was in the earth was going to show itself, and what was here before the flood is gonna be we gonna get to see it, huh? Cause it was hybrids before the flood, was it? Okay. Do you think it is important? It's important that we studied all of the beasts and the things that we studied. Do you feel like this is why God said men's hearts is gonna be given out with fear when the stuff that's about to come out is gonna come out? Because first of all, they didn't believe it was real. And they haven't studied enough to understand where the monsters came from. They call everything demons and everything ain't a demon. He didn't say that everything that's in the other realm is only fallen. And he said it's all kinds of beings. Hello? He mentions beasts And remember, everybody called us crazy, and they didn't found the unicorns. What's the name in Ohio or whatever? The farmer tripping, but we was crazy when we said they was on the ark because we got a book that said they was crazy. Interesting to me. He said, I've always wondered the beast that would sting those with the manticore looking thing with the mark is lining up, and they'll come back when the society is going cashless. Oh, that's what we got to talk about. Oh, Lord. Ain't that crazy that Japan started mixing the animals, and they said that thing, he got a man face with human hair and the tail of a scorpion and all of that. He's the body of a lion and whatever else is going on with him. Hello. But they told us we was crazy for studying all these beasts, didn't they? Didn't they? They said we shouldn't have been, but it's in the Bible. You said if they show us or tell us, it's already too late. They trying to condition the masses so the reality of the blow don't hit so hard. Come on, Nisi Poo, and tell them what it is. I just seen something regarding hydroglyphs on the seashore of Hawaii. Did we talk about Hawaii? And that the giants were there? And we talked about Maui and Ohio or Ohio. Remember? Ohio and Mahia, which end up being Hawaii and Ohio. And how the Mediterranean giants was there. The children of the angels, because Mahia and Ohio or Hahiah were the sons of Baraquiel, the angel. And he said their names is going to be remembered for a long, long time. You mean like how Ohio's a pretty popular state, and so is Hawaii. Hello. And they all, and the giants that was over there was in Hawaii too. Oh, okay, never mind. I be trying to share this stuff with folks, and they just think I'm crazy. It's okay. It's only lost to the people that's lost. I just watched something about that. Yes, ma'am, Day. And them hieroglyphs look like the ones that is where we looked up where the Easter Island, and I said that it was all connected. And they said those people walked there. And you know how tall those bodies are that they just found there? 30 feet. 30 feet. Who else was 30 feet? Remember I told y'all, I said when the world was one piece, and even right now, y'all remember in the beginning of these studies, I said they try to make it like Japan is blah blah blah, but and I showed y'all right here how technically they can walk to Japan from like Israel and stuff if they just had to. I said, so if something was 450 feet tall, and this was before the flood, because right now, if you look at it and you put it together, you can actually still walk. And what do they say now? They've been showing us the wrong maps. And that there's really tunnels and stuff that'll take you across the world. And I said, well, I was saying that in 22, and people was calling me crazy. You remember? We had this conversation. I said, you can walk. And now they're saying, oh, yeah, there's tunnels where people said they walked from here. And I said, but when I said that, I got called a liar. Remember, we studied this. I pulled this thing up so many times and showed y'all, look, even in Africa, they can walk from here to here. It's connected. Boom, 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 boom. Then they can go to Japan. Boom, 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 boom. It's connected right there. Boom. But, of course, they not showing us all of it. Because how Japan got 7,000 islands that ain't on a... Who's stupid? Them or us? How y'all just find 7,000 islands when y'all got satellites that's been circling the globe for however long? You can. You can. You can. You definitely can. You can. From Israel? And from like all of that? Yeah, you can. You just gotta look at the right map. We just took their word for how it looks, and that's why y'all deem like all the y'all know we got old maps in here, old map books. One of my friends, he collects maps from all around the world and has for over 30, 40 years. So yeah, you actually can. Just like people didn't think that Russia was as close as it was because they make it seem like it's so far away. Hello. But is it? Absolutely not. A person was questioned, a guy that came from India to walk to Mexico. I'm trying to tell you. The second Atlantis movie, the cartoon. Did you see it? Did you see where they are? Y'all don't think that it's weird that we watched that, I believe, before the fire started burning in the Grand Canyon? Didn't we start watching that before the fire burned? The two Atlantis and the second one. Remember? The second one, they was in the Grand Canyon. Don't y'all remember? I believe that I worked in a news site the other day, and they're blasting locally. I felt the earth shake. I believe it. That's Gilgamesh about them. Oh, okay. That's in Gilgamesh about the tunnels. Hello. Again, God said that everything that was on the surface of the earth was going to be hit by the flood. He did not say the subterranean levels of the earth. He didn't say in, he said on top of it. Everything walking on the earth. He did not say the stuff that was in the earth. Hello? You said we're all limestone. Okay. Because there was giants before the flood and after. And if it was only 8 people that got saved, well, hold on now. Inner earth. Middle earth. Did the giants know that the flood was coming? Enoch went and talked to them. They had spaceships already. They had every single thing that we have right now right before the flood. So they had submarines. They had flying ships. All of it is in Egypt on the hieroglyphs. Okay? Journey to the center of the earth, underground portals. We got it back there. It's back there. So think about that. Yeah, they're like exactly. If you watched 33 Coins, The billionaire crazy dude that wanted to fly into the eye of God found an obelisk. Okay, an old ancient one from like Samaria or something. And it was actually the rock that would open up the ancient spaceship. And they showed the, what's their names? The people that was in South America. The Aztecs in their spaceships, and they got right in it and it worked. Don't forget, you remember? Someone earlier mentioned mountain guards. They protect the creatures that live in the earth. Oh, somebody did mention mountain guard. But that's why all of these indigenous places, the indigenous people, not the fake indigenous people, they always be up around the base of the mountain, don't they? The mountains that everybody's not trying to populate, and they say, oh no, stay away from there. People go missing over there. Have you seen the large crystals, gigantic down in the earth? Yes. We got some nice picture books back here that show a lot of that stuff. In our the Earth from the Air book. And it's another book that shows us like the inside of the earth and different rock formations and all kinds of stuff. Yes, ma'am. I like caves though. I like to, we were younger, we used to go in caves looking for crystals and stuff with my school. They was always taking us to do something like that. Different cave systems and stuff like that. We went and we looked at the different rocks and learned about all the different crystals and the chemical properties and da 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 da. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is really cool for now because I understand, why those things. You too, Queen. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is you said why they seeing stuff in the ocean and coming out of the ocean. This is the part. Okay. You cannot tell me that our studies do not make you happy because we are aware. Science cannot fool us. Right? But they can fool the people that won't study. Because we are not forced to just one subject because God made everything we see and don't see. So me just reading the Bible and that's it. Even when you studying about the plants and stuff that they used or why he had them wear certain fabrics, why they had to go up to this certain point on the earth with this longitude and latitude, all of that has to do with the story. So when you only read this little bitty part of it, you missing out on so much. You said it does. My toes be wiggling. I'm trying to tell you. They be telling these people, listen, giant doors sitting at the bottom of the ocean. And in England. And in Japan. And in all over the place. And because we don't research back past when they told us they started building it, we don't think that it was already here. Our homeboy, the bully slayer. Thank you for telling us. A lot of our courthouses were not built when they said they were built. All them buildings downtown and that, no, it's not the truth. Just like they go in and steal people's neighborhoods now and inventions and stuff. It's folks been doing that a long time. Moving in and somewhere else there and they built it, they did it. This is their idea. They, it's been going on forever. And that's why I like the old books. Because it tells you before they started trying to, because I don't know if y'all know this, but the late 1800s, they really started hiding information. Once they found out the truth, that's when you got your all of the people that's like Darwin and all of these folks like early 16, 17, 1800s. This is when a certain group of people started to travel the earth for real, right? And then they saw, wait a minute, and they right, and then the noses was off of statues everywhere. And then they repaired them with a different nose, or they just never repaired them. All you got to do to know that it was a person of color is look and see if it still got the nose, and not the one that they have in the museum, the actual artifacts. You said, and a lot of those artifacts are made from the metals not found on Earth and the tools. Hold on, y'all. And the tools, which is really, 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 really crazy. Y'all, I gotta go. Arby's is not agreeing with my stomach. I'm about to go. I might talk to y'all later. I don't know. I'm about to pay for that Arby's right now. So I'm gonna let y'all go. This has been a crazy long class. I might come back on later on this evening. I think it was good, even though we didn't get to get. I'm gonna drop these kids off at daycare, and then I probably will take a nap. You're welcome. It didn't get to go the way I want. We were supposed to have this whole other thing we were supposed to do, and we didn't get there. Y'all know, I mean, I know our classes don't ever be on, but sometimes I be wanting to get to what we were supposed to talk, because we do a lot of times, but God just take over this class however you want to. I don't be mad about it. And if I gotta drop these kids off at the daycare, it might just be gas, but I don't know, so I'm gonna take care of that. And I'm gonna lay down. And I need to call my y'all niece back, because we've been on here 17 hours, so. Yes, I love y'all too. And listen, and if I feel better, I'll get back on later. We'll see. Because I really want to get to what else we wanted to read, but you know how our classes be. It was a cool class. It was. We get to go all over the place though. And I'm gonna say this before I go. That's the one thing I love about us, is we are not trapped in, we gonna talk about Paul for 10 weeks. You see what I'm saying? We gonna talk about this for 4 months. No, we're going to talk about a million things in one class, and then we'll touch on it again later on because we got a million other things we need to talk about. I love you too, Pumpkin. I love you too. Listen. And that's why I like what we do here, because we've learned about so many different things as the oh, wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. I know I went in there. Get my phone too. Hold on. I might have already showed y'all this, but y'all know how beef do my stomach, and I'll do it to myself anyway. Um, oh, they taking my followers again too. I was at 346 this morning. 340, like they doing the same thing they did in 2022. It's crazy how they do that. It really is. Here we go.
What's going on, everyone? It's me, it's Jeremy. It is August 5th, 2025. So there is a lot of talk about biometrics coming at us full swing right now, guys. You had RFK a few weeks ago talking about how biometrics wearables were going to be needed here very soon, that everyone in the United States was going to need one. Mexico just came out and actually announced that their whole country is going biometrics. You had the UN that is meeting in September, right? What's going on, everyone? It's me, it's Jeremy. It is August 5th, 2025. So there is a lot of talk about biometrics coming at us full swing right now, guys. You had RFK a few weeks ago talking about how biometrics wearables were going to be needed here very soon, that everyone in the United States was going to need one. Mexico just came out and actually announced that their whole country is going biometrics. You have the UN that is meeting in September, right around the Feast of Trumpets, when everyone's talking about all these very spiritual events that could be taking place, like the rapture. They will be passing the global biometrics agreement. 193 countries have already signed on. You only need 80% of the vote.
Do y'all remember me saying that the biometrics is going to come from the United Nations? Who remembers me telling y'all that in 22? I said the UN is the one that is going to make the mark. Now, do you remember the color of the band that was on the man's arm in Thief in the Night? Do you remember the color? And do you remember the two letters that they wore on the cuff in that movie? Anybody? Can you tell me the two letters that was on there? Anybody? UN. And they was the ones pushing Brother Christopher, wasn't they? They was the one telling people after the emergency is over, in order for you let's go.
They've already got the 80%. Trump had already said that during his campaign by land, air, and sea that biometrics were going to be brought into the country. Social media sites are now going to require it starting August 13th. They're going to want your real IDs uploaded, and they're going to use biometrics to make sure that you are who you say you are. Let's see, cryptocurrency, all that's going to be tied into it, guys. I've told you they're going to, make some people rich, and then they're going to tell them, hey, you can't spend your money unless you comply a certain way. Social media sites are now going to require it starting August 13th. They're going to want your real IDs uploaded, and they're going to use biometrics to make sure that you are who you say you are. Let's see, cryptocurrency, all that's going to be tied into it, guys. I've told you they're going to, make some people rich, and then they're going to tell them, hey, you can't spend your money unless you comply a certain way. This is all happening right before, like I said, right before the September meetings. And I've always said that the way that they will really get people to comply is another scenario like from a few years ago, where people are afraid for their health or afraid for their children, things that they will use fear. So there is something coming, guys. There's something on the way that is going to shift the energy into a state of fear that are going to get people to comply. They're either going to bribe you or they're going to fear you. It's one or the other. They're going to bribe you with crypto, or they're going to fear you with child trafficking, another virus in the air, alien threat coming in, right? There's this big talk about this alien threat coming in, and maybe they're going to have to make sure that you're really human, that, you're not one of these aliens. Whatever it is that they're about to unleash, guys, you need to be ready. You need to be aware that biometrics is the line in the sand. You're not going to allow them full control over you, your identity, your health, your finances. No, that's where you draw the line. We've always been in a version of the beast system, guys, but now they're taking it to the next level. They're taking it to where the wheat is going to be separated from the tare. You are finally going to make your decision. Are you going to participate willingly in this system, or are you going to stand your ground? That's where we're at, guys. Some recommendations. Get some food, water, communications, guys. Get some cash on hand. Get some entertainment for people, because if you do not have these social media apps, you're going to need some entertainment, right? The detox from social media, especially for kids, is going to be huge. Coloring books, board games, anything you can think of that can distract them, you're going to want to get that now, because it's a very, very serious thing, the social media detox. And at a certain point, guys, you won't even have access to internet. They will say that you're going to need digital ID in order to just access the internet. So you won't even be able to do banking or anything. That's eventually where this will end up. So you might as well just prepare yourself now.
2026. 2026. You said this 3 years ago. All of that. Now they're telling people, get the games, get this, get that, because you're not going to be able to watch TV. You're not going to be right. And the world, the UN, is meeting on August 13th to talk about everybody getting a biometric identification. What y'all think, family? Did he prepare us? Yeah, he's coming, but not in the way that people think. We gonna suffer first. You gonna have to make up your mind on if. See, everybody think they just going to heaven. Christians have really been sold on the thing that, oh, we're gonna get on a ship and leave. No, it's not how that's working. Sad too, because a lot of people. Remember, I told you, a lot of the folks that go to church are not prepared, because their pastors have told them they wouldn't be here, so they didn't buy nothing. But if they shut this stuff down going into October, December, January, November, then what? But I bet you 2026 is all of that. You said it was Jeremy in class, I wonder. It's like we talked about this yesterday. It's going so fast. Yeah, but God gave us time to prepare. Aren't you excited? I told you, I said, don't worry about it. The world's going to find out when the news start talking about it. God told us early. They bought them in 2009. Deanna, they sure did. They bought them in, as a matter of fact, President Obama is the one that bought them. 20,000 of them. Back then, it was either 20,000 or 200,000 of them, and put them on army bases all around the world. Yep, I was studying. That's when he was selling arms to the people that they keep talking about. We don't know where they got their stuff from. Well, I do, because y'all had a whole magazine about how much y'all sold to them. 2008, 2009. Never mind. And he was a governor person at that time, brokering those deals. Hello, it was 200. Oh, okay. Well, I know they didn't bought more now, but the article that I had seen, it was either 200 or 20,000. I couldn't remember, but it was a lot, and that was back in 2009, 2010, around here. Because I used to get the Arms magazine, and they would show like how many these have been. I showed y'all the thing of how many was sold to this country, how many billion was sold to this country, da 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 da. And I said, well, why is we selling arms to people we don't like? They telling us these niggas is our enemies, but they just gave them all of the blickies. What? That's why when all of that all happened, I said, yeah, I don't believe none of it, because I know who gave them the stuff. I know exactly who gave it to them, because I was reading about it in 2009. So, I did want to share that with y'all, because I thought that would be important for people that don't believe me because I'm a woman. Maybe you'll believe a man. You better get your stuff. Did you see how they said there will be no communication? You said you pray people start listening. Me too. You see how he said it wasn't going to be no communication and people was calling us crazy. And I said, ain't going to be no internet. We going back to how it was in the 80s. And ain't no more payphones. You see, they took all them up. Thank you, Mr. Grizzly. They took all them up. What payphone? I ain't seen a payphone in years. They took out the house lines. No payphones, and they taking out all the house lines. People came here and said they making their grandmas and stuff get rid of they landlines. Won't be no tapping on nothing trying to do Morse code so you can tell them what's up. You hear me? Won't be none of that. He said, thank goodness I found you over a little 2 years ago. Listen, and it's so crazy, Deborah, because nobody don't believe. Even with all of that in the news. You said, yeah, my mama house line gone. You said they did it to me, no landlines. Interesting. Y'all wondering why that is now? Anybody wondering why that is? It's so scary for the people that have been tricked. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a 66 or 2, honey. I would tell people, I ain't gonna be here for that. I ain't gonna be here. God said, stop lying. You better go read for yourself and quit repeating what you heard in church. Because it's crazy, because it's almost like we have been not we, but I was at one time brainwashed to see what they said on the page, even though it never was there. You said the landline phones at your school are ran by the internet. Interesting, Mr. Pleasure. Ain't that crazy, though? They told us all this time that God was going to come and pick us up. And it did not say that. It said after the tribulation and all this horrible stuff is happening, he coming. So how was you even preaching that to me? So funny, there's a payphone in one of the public aid offices in my portfolio. I wonder if it still works. I'll be picking it up tomorrow to see. Please, Auntie, because we want to know if it still works. I do. You hear me? Right, but he's bringing him at the end of the slaughter, not the beginning. That man that Israel said is their Messiah, he's been out 42 months. That's exactly half of the tribulation. He was announced to the world if they was paying attention in like March or April of 2022. It's been 42 months this month that he's been here. You hear me? You get it? So they're preparing the temple. Now they're making the biometric thing. Everything's falling into place with him being 3.5 years, is it not? Is it not falling into place, him being here 3.5 years, Auntie? It said the second 3.5 years, the economy was going to go bad, wasn't going to be no food, people was going to be dying, all this stuff, and you was going to have to take a mark. Now they got this ID. And he been here this month, August, 42 months. And they pushing it crazy. Now you're not even going to be able to get on and watch me if you don't put your ID online. It's not just for streamers. It's if you want to get online and watch anything, you're going to have to upload your ID. Crazy, right? You don't think that's crazy? I'm going to miss y'all too. Listen, you said they made it, people get it to catch a flight. Oh, I know. Is it not what we talked about though? Every single thing that we have worked for up until this point has been for now. You said you've been here from the beginning, so you didn't see the progress, and that means that Ish is about to hit the fan because he had to restore order, aka false peace. Come on, listen. TikTok tried to get me to upload my ID to make a purchase. You didn't do it. Yeah, yeah. But we ain't even gone. I told you, I said this is gonna go away, so we gotta enjoy it while we can. Okay, we're gonna learn as much as we can together. You said you've been saying get your stuff, people. I've been trying to tell him. You see what he said? You ain't gonna be able to buy nothing. Yeah, you ready to go home? I mean, I get it, me too. But the craziness. Look at that. Look at that. Every time we talking about something important, they want me to verify so they can take a picture. Every time we talk, do you see how this works? Every single time we talk about something like this, I gotta stand up and do that verification thing. Crazy. You said, well, I'm gonna tell y'all now I love you and enjoy being here as a family. Me too. You said, can we mail and email send you homework? You can. You told us years back, books, games, DVDs, staying with y'all until I get kicked out. This part. That's why I said, like, okay, we just want to be ready before the other people. Not that we don't care about them, but they're not listening. So this is what I need you to do. Every day, I need you to ask God to send you what you need, so that way you don't have to be scurrying around when all the other crazy people who did not listen, and they're going to come back and try to make you feel guilty because you got your stuff. Okay? I just asked my sister the other day, what are you going to do when you can't go in the store and buy nothing? What if that's in 3 months? Because you won't get the new ID. How are you going to feed your kids? You said that's why you started Nanny McPhee and us dead. I didn't realize that. Show is. Not only is this going to be a Moses staff, when you need me but do not want me, I must stay. But when you want me and no longer need me, I must go. Bing. Look it. See, y'all didn't know. You didn't want me at first, but you needed me. And now, y'all want me, but it's time for me to go. Bing. Time for me to bust up out of here. You see how that worked? They said, we will never need you, Nanny McCirca. And then they was hanging out the window. Nanny McCirca, where are you? Listen. You said, bye-bye, Nanny McPhee. No, don't go. You see? You said, listen. Mm-hmm. And look, y'all not doing like the kids. See, y'all didn't even realize. Y'all was acting like the kids on Nanny McPhee for throwing all that food and tantrums and stuff, trying to get me to leave. And I just kind of look at you and say, oh, they don't even know. And look at y'all. Now y'all go in the kitchen and don't be, you said crying and sliding down the walls. This part, you said pulling on your coattail and everything. You hear me? Listen, you said, nah, because I'm going to hug you in heaven and be ready. I'm with it. I'm okay with it, Janelle. Janelle said, nah, because I'm going to hug you in heaven, so you might as well get used to it. Over there, I won't be so sad. There's no germs. I'll probably hug a lot in heaven, but here's too many. It's too many germs. You said, stop talking about us like that. It's the truth. Y'all been Nanny McCirca. It's the truth. Look at you, all well behaved and stuff. Doing your homework. Ain't talking crazy to nobody. Throwing food and stuff at people. I told y'all. You said it was hard knocks. Listen. Y'all remember he kept doing that, and she was like, get out of the kitchen and go to bed now. He was like, no, we're gonna cook the baby. Bad kids. I said I would have whooped them. You said thank you for keeping. You welcome. Listen, God being real with me. So if I'm fake with y'all, then God had no reason being real with me. But I'm grateful that you all are happy about the transition in your life. It has affected your loved ones and the people at your job, the people at your church in a good way. I'm also grateful that y'all got to shed off all that we have been holding on to up until 22. Now we still shedding off. You see what I'm saying? We're still taking off this old man. But the fact that God allowed us to get it together, the fact that he allowed us to go through this process exactly the way that the disciples and stuff did. We got to get close together. Think about it. They said Jesus was teaching for 3.5 years or so. From like 29 to 32 or 30 to 33. How long we been here? And the people were enlightened. Hello. They saw something they had never seen before. You hear me? We going on 4 years. It's been 3.5, a little over 3. Well, this month makes 3.5. You said, "Woo, I want my people to wake up." We do too. We do too. But you don't think that's crazy? They started following Jesus and learning the word in a different way for 3 years, and then he was gone. Y'all seniors is this y'all senior year? Okay, ain't that crazy? We literally got the same amount of time for us all to come from all different walks of life and to study together, to learn together, to grow together. We've spent more time with each other than we have our families in the last 3 years. That's exactly what happened to the disciples. They was with Jesus and with the people that God was taking them to, right, Miss Moore? Right? And it might come a time where we're not gonna be able to talk. Not like this. You said you have to make you'll make me another staff. That'll be cool. I bought this one for $7. Yeah. They staffs normally be taller than them, but this one gonna work for them. You know what I'm saying? This is my Moses. I can park the sea. I'm gonna throw it down. It might be it better not ever become no snake, or y'all will see me go like through the wall like the cartoon people. If I ever put this down and it really become a snake, no. Y'all be like, oh my God, I've never seen CERCA. Oh my God. Like, baby, I don't know what happened if I ever. No. You stay wood. Now that's what you do. Don't get the acting, brand new with nothing. You go on and stay however they made you. Cause, baby, if I ever throw this thing down and it become a snake, unless look, I don't even know. I would be so scared, so scared. I don't want that. But I am grateful, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm grateful for us being able to do this together. I'm grateful that you all are ready, at least partially ready, or at least in an expectation of what is to come. And it ain't always got to be good as far as that goes, but you're not just out here not understanding, thinking the rapture gonna happen, and then the whole time they signing you up for a concentration camp. Because we know if we are the ones that are end up getting taken prisoner, we already know what we gonna do, right? Like, what is that? I'd rather be crazy and prepared. Come on, who else would be rather be crazy and prepared? They said we had a CULT. It's not one. It's not. I told y'all it wasn't. You could leave at any time. We ain't forcing you to do nothing. You said me. Right. I'd rather be crazy and prepared because it's a lot of people. I promise you, and y'all know I talk to a lot of people that go to church. They don't believe we're in the time. They keep saying when it's coming. No, honey, we're in it. And this is why he said it was gonna come up on people like labor pains. You don't never know when it's gonna happen, but you know when it's getting close if you paying attention. You said backpack in the countryside, they will not catch you. Hey, I don't know how God gonna do it, but I've already made up in my mind if they do get me, you might as well go on and get me because I don't want nothing y'all got. I don't know if he gonna let me in or not, but I won't be taking that. So if I got to waste away like the people in Gaza, then that's what's gonna happen. Hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But that I don't want it because it's a temporary thing, baby. And then you got to think anybody that take it. Y'all see, we read them sores, and then the heat gonna come, and then they already got all these boils everywhere, and then it's gonna be hot, so they gonna be sweating, and then the thing gonna come and sting them, the manticore thing. I don't want no parts. That little food that you ain't even, you gonna be so uncomfortable, you ain't even gonna be able to eat it. And then they gonna be zombies, right? Because he gonna take the spirit of death off the earth. You ain't even gonna be able to die. And this is only for the people that take the mark, not anybody else. Zombies in real life. Could you imagine? That's why we prepared the way that we did. And we gonna ask God to cloak us when all of the craziness is going on. You said now you can say we own that 100%. I'm not taking. Oh, you said, oh, now you can say we own that 100% because we ain't taking it. Right. Right. We ain't. You right. Well, some people still undecided. But for the ones that you've decided, yeah, we ain't going to take it. Come on. You said that. I'd rather be a real dead corpse. This part. Everybody else, you said, still going to have a chance to repent. Oh, you talking about the people that don't take it? I'm cool. That's why I said I done suffered enough. Like, I already know this about to get drastic. But it's going to be drastic and over. They going to have to suffer and then suffer again. No. Mm-hmm. Listen, I would rather. Do you hear me? I would rather just go on and get me out of here. I ain't even got to do all that. You can't put nothing in my face because I don't want nothing here. Nothing here is worth me. You said God code activate. Listen, we are not gonna take it. We are not gonna take it. Listen, Jay, ain't that crazy though? That we are really living in the time where. Did you hear him say the tares and the wheat is about to be separated? How often we been saying that? We've been saying that a lot, have we not? That the tares and the wheat are being separated right now. Right, go on and get the block. I'm ready. You said I'm gonna be like that little kid that baptized himself. You matter of fact, y'all don't gotta leave me at the you want me to be to the example. I'ma just super sell my tail and walk in invisibility. Hilarious. Well, go on, do what you gotta do. Listen. Told my husband, what that video said. He said he don't believe it'll happen. Tell him to go look at Project 2025. It's all in there. That's all Project 2025. Matter of fact, tell him just go look up the UN website and Google Real ID and the World Health Organization. Matter of fact, show him Amazon One Medical and then Zoe from Amazon where you pay with your head. All of that is right there. Do y'all fly? Cause you got that's what all that standing there. They did. I ain't never used to have to do this. I mean, at the club maybe, but not at the airport. We used to be able to walk through. Now they scan your whole body. They gonna know that you ain't gonna be able to get on no plane without it. Public transportation. Go to the grocery store. Go to the doctor. Anything. You hear me? You said that's why I asked God to close my spirit because zombies is where I draw my white flag. Listen, it's about to be real scary for them people, and that's why I said, listen, I don't want to be deceived. Who else don't want to be deceived? And then I'm gonna go. Who else does not want to be deceived? Do y'all see how many people are deceived right now? Everybody talking about the rapture coming, and they believe it. They believe that they're about to skip out on everything that's going on. The devil got them deceived. It's scary. With all this going on, and they still don't think they're going to be here. I guess he coming in about 2 months. Because they said September 30th is they working on this bio. What's the name? I don't want to be deceived either. I'd rather know what's going on so I can prepare than to be deceived and not have nothing. Because even if we do got to take out running, we got something. You said, ooh, they waiting on the 9 3/4 Harry Potter train. Is. That's how you know they ain't read the war scroll. You said as long as you repent and got God, you all right. What you mean, Edward? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. He said, I'll be damn. Listen. I mean, but are we in that time right now? Do you believe it? Maybe it was hard to believe when you came here 3 years ago, but now you can't unsee it. News keeps saying alien ships will be here. Jesus will save you from what? Oh, okay, Edward. I need you to go and read Revelations 13 in a version you can understand and tell me who God's holy people are that the Antichrist is going to be able to overcome. It may wage war against them. You shouldn't tell people that. That's not the truth. That's not even what the scripture says. The scripture literally says that this one world leader is going to be able to make war against God's holy saints and he's going to overcome them. And if you look up the word defeat or overcome, it means to unalive, take captive. So where's he saving us from if he literally told us? He said, if you make it to the end, you're going to be all right. He said, but some of y'all going to be taken prisoner. Some of y'all going to be unalive with the sword. You didn't read that part in Revelations or what? Because if you're defeated in war, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not alive. Or you've been taken captive. I'm going to need you to go and read Revelations in a version you can understand, because that's not what it say. And you're not holy if you was left here. So, there's that. I know Thessalonians comes before Revelations, but that actually happens after. That little part in there where he's going to come on a cloud. You got to read above that in chapters before, and it'll tell you after people are slaughtered in the masses. And the only people that's going to really be dying is the people that don't plan on taking the mark. Oh, okay. You're going to have to choose ye this day whom you're going to serve. and if you will die for Christ or not. That is the real statement. Not just die to what you feel like is sin, but no. Will you give your life for him the way he gave your life for you? Right. They waiting on the third coming. I know. It's scary. It's spooky. That you can have a Bible right in your face and still don't read it. It's spooky. I don't want no parts of it. So, anyway, I love y'all. I'm about to go. I don't know if I'll see y'all later or not. It's one in every class. Sometimes several crazies. See y'all later. I love y'all. Let me go call y'all niece back before she put that baby to bed. I'll see y'all. I don't know parts of it. Good night. Well, I don't know if I'm going to sleep, but I gotta go. I gotta go talk to my babies. I'll see y'all.